Angry Marvin has declared himself the number one contender. Number one contender by default, and then he laid out his reasons. Works for me. I got no problem with it. I thought it was great. Now, I will tell you, as we look at the middleweights, okay, I think when you look at Whitaker and Gastelum, I think that's a bigger fight. I think that that's going to steal just naturally a little bit of the allure. So, Angry Marvin is really going to have to make sure that he pours it on. He can't miss this moment. I don't think anybody has to worry about Kevin Holland, because Holland has already told us all he's going to go down to 170. I don't think Holland is going to be in the talks. Great, one less player. But I think that Angry Marvin needs to understand that just winning, even winning on big shows, even winning on ABC, isn't going to be how you get to Adesanya. Adesanya is very unique, and you must insult him. You must insult him just the right way. Adesanya will pick who he's going to fight. He will influence that greatly. He also has the right to do that because he always calls for the hardest fight, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with Adesanya weighing in on who his opponent should be, particularly when his opponent that on the right day and on paper can whip him. We know he's going to go after somebody, but if Angry Marvin comes off endearing and charismatic, Adesanya might just like him. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Adesanya was so annoyed with Kevin Holland, he wouldn't give him the time of day. Kevin took his shot. I don't think Kevin did anything wrong. He went for it. He just happened to annoy him. Didn't work out. I think that Marvin, as he's working this in, I think he does need to declare himself number one contender. I kind of like that argument that it's by default. I mean, if some of these other guys aren't going to show up, Till, Paulo Costa, by example, and this was what Marvin's talking about, but if they can't show up and they can't defend it, I mean, he's got a little bit of a claim here, and he's in a big fight, and it's going to be on ABC. Just make sure, Angry Marvin, that you don't miss the one ingredient, which is, and it's very unique, this is not just let's impress Dana. This is not just let's get the fans and get the media. Adesanya is a very relevant piece to that puzzle. And if he likes the shtick too much, I mean, it could become a problem. If he ends up thinking you're a funny guy, it's going to be a problem. And I think that Marvin needs to keep showing the sincerity. Marvin hasn't done a miss for me. I mean, Marvin has been very on point for me, not to mention, his last fight, big win, but he stepped in on short notice. He deserves credit for that. But this fight is very similar too. Even though Marvin knew about the date, he did not know about the opponent. So even though Holland has saved the day, I mean, Marvin deserves a little bit of shine too. He's also moving forward with things, which is largely his own argument that I'm here. I'm here anytime with anyone, and for that reason and that reason alone, it makes me a number one contender. And you know what, guys? I don't see a damn thing wrong with that logic. I don't see a damn thing. So if Angry Marvin's going to be the number one contender, how's he going to get the number one fight? It's not just the blessing of Dana. That would be it in every other weight class. In every other weight class, that's the guy. You got to get Adesanya's attention. You're not going to get it through being nice. Adesanya is an animal that if you back him in, he's going to come after you. So you got to back him. You got to push him into a corner. You got to embarrass him in some way. You've got to challenge him in some way. There's an art to it. But Izzy's watching. Izzy's looking for a contender. He's looking for somebody. I believe Izzy's looking for parity. I don't think Izzy wants to get in there with Whitaker or Gastelum again. I know that he would. I don't think he wants to. I think he's looking for somebody new. I think that Marvin, not Marvin, it's got to be Angry Marvin, fits the bill. So when Marvin's doing his press and he's putting himself over and he's screaming from the rooftops, have a little plan. How are you going to get the attention of the champ? Because in this weight class, that is paramount.